So first of all, Kingdom Come Deliverance, your presentation was very impressive. We liked it a lot, really. So we will begin the questions. Will it be possible to control our allies like an army? And if yes, how will it work?
No. Simple question is no.
Okay.
It's still a lot of people are asking this. This is a very common question. Our goal is to really do a first-person, story-driven RPG with a lot of freedom, but not that much. So if you are part of the battle, you are one guy in a battle, somebody else leads the battle, and you are supposed to follow orders, actually. So we want to show the battle from the perspective of the soldier, not the general. There are gonna be allies, so what can happen is that you will be going somewhere with someone and fighting in a large group. So you will need some allies, but they will not be. You can't give them orders. They will be just like you will go somewhere, you will fight together, and they will leave, and you can tell them stop fighting and attack from the right side or something. That's not the goal.
Okay, thank you. We saw also we can use a sword, but maybe a second weapon like a bow. Is it possible?
There is a lot of weapons actually, and we have reconstructed a medieval combat with every weapon available. So you have swords, you will have shields, axes, maces, and stuff. And of course you can fight long range, so you have a bow. And we are not currently sure if we will be able to include a crossbow, but something later maybe, yes. So a lot of weapon and a lot of fighting style, because you fight with every weapon you fight quite differently, so it's important that you choose your weapon wisely for the situation that you are going into.
Okay, thank you. As we heard, we will be a simple hero with no willpower. So how will we sense the power growing through the hero?
Basically, I don't want to spoil the story, so that's the problem. We haven't been talking much about the story yet, for a reason, because we kind of do it properly with a bang when the time comes. So, but you are, as I said, we are trying to do it from a human perspective. So you are not a superhero or something. You are starting as a random guy, like regular guy, who gets basically drawn into much bigger events, and now you are experiencing it, and you are basically the fate or events will take you through very important events, and you can help solve them, but you are not the only guy who is saving the world. That's not our person. You have your own agenda. There's a big scope, big goal at the end, but there's a lot of different perspectives how we can look at it. So it's not the save the world story, but I don't think it's a problem. And your character is quite interesting actually. But I would spoil the story if I said it now.
Okay, thank you. So no spoil. With our allies, will our allies mount a horse? Is it possible for our allies to mount more horse?
For other characters in the game?
Yeah.
Of course. There should be combat on horse as well. It's very complicated. So I hope we will make it. The tough decision. If it's not good, it's better not to be there. But currently we are starting to work on it, and I hope it's gonna be good. But yeah, other people are riding the horses already. So that's for sure. There are going to be other riders, and most likely there is going to be combat on horses as well.
Okay, thank you. Can the horse fight alone, or will they run far from the battlefield? I mean, if a horse is alone on the battlefield.
Without the rider?
Yeah.
Well, that's a tough one, because, like, for example, you can have a dog as well in the game, and basically it's quite... Some people don't... people even told me that like if the dog could die, they will not play the game because they would be then very sad. But it's also very annoying when you have a horse and he dies and you are basically screwed. So we try to. The horse could die, but the most likely scenario is that he will run away when he's attacked, because we want to avoid. It's not in our game. It's not that simple that when the horse dies, you will just whistle and other horse will come. Basically, you will have stuff in the saddle. If the horse dies, you need to move the stuff in some other saddle, and it's more stuff than you can carry. That's why it's in the horse. So we don't want to annoy the player, so the horse will most likely run away.
So you lose all the stuff?
Well, if you lose the horse, you need to solve how to take the stuff and put it in another horse. So that's the problem.
Okay, thank you. Do the players in the dark caverns need a torch to see? Since this is a game which is real, based on real life.
They do. Basically, we have a Viktor. We have an awareness system, which means that basically it's like stealth ready. So everybody sees what he sees. The darkness plays its part. People during the night they take torches or some candles or something. So when there is a darkness, they don't see. The clothes have effect on this, so if you have a bright or shiny armor or bright clothes, you are more visible than if you are in dark cloak. On the other hand, if you are in dark cloak on the town square during the full sun, you are more visible than people wearing some normal clothes. So yeah, that's work.
Okay, thank you. How is going to work the day-night cycle in the game, and will it be possible to pass the time faster?
Yeah. Well, the time is running, and the interesting part on it is that the world is living around you. So the people are not just standing on their places and they are not waiting for you to fulfill the quest or stuff. They will just go to work, they will eat, they will sleep at the night and stuff. And you can use this system for your own purposes. So if you want, for example, to steal something in the village, it's better to wait for the night and wait when everyone is sleeping, and it's much more easy for you. But yes, for game purposes, if you want, you can sleep. Well, you have to sleep as a player because you are tired all the time as well. So you just go somewhere to sleep, or you can just skip some time to move it, like you are waiting somewhere and the time is faster for a while. The time itself runs faster than in real life, but it's just for the game.
Okay, thank you. Do you have an idea about how many endings will be in the game?
That's well,
secret.
But basically the thing is that our goal is to make the game non-linear, which means that there is several different solutions for most of the stuff you are supposed to do. So if there is a quest, you can do it by several different ways. There are mostly side quests could be totally have several different outcomes. So you can solve the stuff by many different ways. And there are quests when somebody asks you to do something, someone else asks you to do something that contradicts what you've been already asked. So there are two quests that are contradicting each other, and you have to do the moral choice who you're going to help, and it will have a kind of fatal effect on the other side, for example. But in the main story, since it's based on real world history, but something that actually happens, the outcome is like clear. It will end as it ended in the history, but the way how you get there could be different. So you can fulfill the quest by different ways, but the main story is quite linear, let's say, but there's a lot of choices on the way.
Okay, thank you. About that, would it be possible to become a king or to join the royal family or something like this?
No, it's in this case it's similar to Witcher. You are a given character that has his role, and basically I would spoil the story. I don't want, but there is some progress, but it's not that level of progress. So you are not getting promoted or ruling the country or something. You are still a guy with some story, and your goal is not to rule, but to solve your personal problems or story.
There is guilds to join, for example.
We have since it's a realistic game, there were guilds of carpenters or bricklayers, and that's not the guild you mean, of course. The closest to a guild is what we have is something. We have something like Guild of Thieves, but it's not called Guild of Thieves. It's just thieves. just group of people that are criminals. They're criminals basically. So you can like work with those criminals, and you will not receive any status saying that you are now member, but you just work with them. So we don't have something like that, but basically you can choose if you want. Like we have something like classes, but it's up to you what you want to do, and you can basically play the game as a warrior or bard or thief or archer, and you can solve the quest by like if you don't like the combat, for example, you can talk with people and bribe them and do it this way. You can be an archer and kill people from afar if you don't like those fencing or something, and the game you should be still able to finish the game without doing the other stuff most of the time.
Okay, thank you. Would it be possible to live a love story between the hero and the NPC?
Love story?
Yeah.
Without spoiling much, most likely yes.
That's nice. Will it be possible to craft Sage Unity?
You mean like ballistas?
Catapult.
Not in the way you are probably thinking, but partially yes, I would say. But I don't want to spoil it again. So there are going to be some ballistas, and we will do something with them.
Yeah, and you will siege the castle, but that's it.
Okay, thank you. When we attack a castle with Sage Unit, when the fight is over, can we take ourselves the control of the captured city? If we participate to the attack, when it's win.
The battles are going to be there, but the thing is that they are. So it doesn't work like in Mountain Blade, for example. So there's not many of them, and they are not random. So when they are usually happening as some kind of like a climax of the story. So when you reach some point, there is going to be battle, and it's basically a story-based event that you are going to participate. So it's really hard to say if then you are going to be able to loot, because something may happen in the story that you are not going to be able to do it. But generally, for example, if you kill someone, you can take anything he has on himself. So it's not like that you kill full plate armor knight and then he has a shirt and a stick or something. You will have a full plate armor in the knight and you can take it. The other thing is that it's going to be broken and you will not be able to carry it because it's too heavy, which is a problem.
Okay, thank you. We have no more other question. Thank you very much for your time, and we will keep in TOS in Kingdom Come Deliverance at act2gaming.net. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well.